What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Pokemon TCG online deck. Today, I would like to do a Pokemon that I haven't seen anyone else do a video on or make a deck out of, so I decided to just do it. And of course, I am talking about my main man right here, Mudsdale. Mudsdale doesn't seem to get a lot of love, and I could definitely see why. 3 energy for the first attack, 4 energy for the second attack. But, I didn't get this. Actually, I don't think I even got this card on pre-release, but I did see what the attacks did, because this is one of my favorite Pokemon from Sun and Moon. So I checked them out. I did eventually get a few. So his first attack is pretty interesting because you can attach any Pokemon tool and do an additional 60 damage. So for 3 energy, and for the Pokemon tool, you're doing 120. So if that Pokemon tool happens to be a choice band and you're up against an EX or GX, that'll do 150. So that's pretty decent power for a single prize Pokemon. He's got 140 HP. And so his second attack does 180 damage. And so then if you think about that with the choice band, that's 210. That knocks out Lurantis. That knocks out whatever else has 210. I can't think of it at the moment. But even still, the other thing you can add is strong energy. And so with strong energy, you're looking at 230 and then 180. So 180 knocks out a lot of, it knocks out like Tapu Lele, it knocks out like Tapu Koko. You don't have weakness on Tapu Koko. It also knocks out Bulu, a whole bunch of stuff for that price. 230, I think it just comes shy of certain things like Decidueye, Metagross, and stuff like that, but it'll definitely knock out those 210 or like 170s with the Fighting Fury Belt or anything like that. So I thought this was a cool card to take a look at. Before I had made a deck, but I kind of changed it a little bit. You guys know I love Golduck, so the deck I made before, like, I felt like it was relying too much on like one of these. I had 3 different options for energy acceleration. Number 1 is Meloetta into Ninja Boy. So if you Ninja Boy into a Mudspray, you can evolve into the Mudsdale the next turn. The only problem with that is that Meloetta gets Lysandered a lot, and that kind of sucks. If that ends up happening to you, you're going to lose a lot of energy, and you're not going to really have a way to get it back, which is kind of unfortunate. But I don't see another way to power up a Mudsdale relatively simply without risking Lysander. Because even if the other options were either Carbon Break or Rayquaza from Sun and Moon Guardians Rising. So either way, you're going to be putting energy on the Mudsdale or the Mudspray. And I guess the Mudsdale has some good staying power, but chances are if you're getting Lysandered, you're going to get knocked out in one shot. Meloetta is actually pretty low HP. Rayquaza and Carbon don't really matter because they don't put the energy on themselves. So the thing with Meloetta is she puts the energy on herself. So either you need a Ninja Boy, or I just thought of this earlier today, you can use Golduck Break. Golduck's my boy. Yeah, Golduck Break can transfer any kind of basic energy across to whichever Pokemon. So he can do fighting energy. I just kind of decided to try this and see if it'll work. I was playing a couple of games earlier, and I won the first 2, but it just happened to be that my opponent wasn't drawing energy. So yeah, so the other card in this deck is a Ninetales, the Vulpix. I was actually thinking of adding the Ninetales, but I don't really know what to remove. Maybe I could get rid of either one Choice Band or a Floatstone, or one of each, and either get 1 or 2 Ninetales in. I would actually prefer to not have the Shaman and to have 2 Tapu Lele, but I haven't gotten a second Lele yet. And the reason that is because I want to be able to Lele for a Bridget as soon as possible. And then, like, let's say I might want to lay for either a Lysander or Wally. So I have a Wally in this deck just to kind of help the Golduck get built up. I also have the Vulpix to help with that. The Vulpix should be able to get any kind, you know, Mudsdale, Mudspray, what have you. So I'm just trying to think of the fastest way to get energies on them as possible. I was thinking about Max Elixir. I had a version of this deck with Max Elixir, but I feel like it never came out on time. I would put it on the wrong Mudsdale, or it would be a Mudspray, and then I'd be trying to power up 2 different ones, and it wasn't really working. Maybe with an energy switch, but I figured the Golduck was a little better. But I mean, if you really, the Golduck is taking up 6 slots, so you can do like three energy switch and 3 multi switch, or 4 and 2, or however you want. You might want to try that and see how that works. Remember, with multi switch, you can switch the special energy onto the active. Okay, so I pretty much went over everything already, I guess, except for Mudspray. Mudspray isn't super good. I hope they come up with a new one that doesn't attack for 1 energy. But I was looking through a lot of stuff, and there aren't a lot of 1 energy fighting Pokemon, obviously because of this. You're going to be doing an extra 20 damage, and they don't really want you to do 30 damage on turn 1. So, and the one other Pokemon that you might want to consider is Solrock. His first attack allows you to get 2 special energy. So if you want, you can get 2 strong energy from the deck. But the thing is, it goes into your hand, and you know, you can get end, or it takes an extra turn. It's kind of hard to retreat this guy. I mean, that's kind of why I have 3 float stones in this deck. I have 3 float stones and 3 choice band. Because obviously, well, that's another thing about the Mudsdale, is that he's got a 4 retreat cost. So float stone would help him a lot, and it still gives him the plus 60. It won't give him the 30 for the choice band, but a lot of times you're not even facing an EX, so it doesn't even matter. I opted to go with 3 Sycamore, 1 Kukui, 2 N, 1 Lysander, 1 Wally, just because I have such a giant spread of supporters. That's why I'd rather have 2 Lele's, just to kind of get the supporters when I need them. We got the Scorched Earth to kind of help you with the drawing power, and to also get the fighting energy in the discard. I would like to fit at least 1 or 2 more energy, but you know, like I was saying, you could probably just go with energy switch or multi switch, get rid of the Golducks, maybe 4 energy switch, 2 energy, or you know, whatever you want to add. So yeah, we got Rescue Stretcher, which is, I mean, it's always good to have just in case, but you could really get rid of this. This is a 6 prize deck. I mean, you're probably going to get Lysander for one of your GX or EX. But this is a 6 prize deck, so you might want to try to recycle some of your Mudsdales. But it usually hasn't come to that. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say about this. I went with this Golduck. The other Golduck is a little bit better, but you need a water energy for that first attack. So I went with this one. Oh, actually, I could show you right here. I went with this one because his first attack is colorless, and at least you'll be able to attack with him, so it's not a complete loss. So this is the other Golduck. Discard a special energy. It's the same as Grandpa, but you need water energy. So I didn't want to put water energy because this deck is already pretty tight. All right, so I think that's enough talking. Let's get into this. As you can see, I have a lot of Golduck decks. Those are with Golduck more so being water boxy, or Golduck being the main attacker. This is really the first time I tried Golduck in a non-water deck. I like to go with Tails. It seems to always work. Not always, but 70% of the time. Alright, oh wow, we start with the Psyduck and the whole Golduck line. That's crazy. So I'm probably gonna end. Keep in mind that we do have the vault picks to help us get the gold up pieces and the Mudsdale pieces. So hopefully I get a Mudsbury out of this. Yeah, I'm not gonna play that side up. I kind of want to play the energy. I will play it, and then I'll just end. And I played it just so that it wouldn't, so I'd get a better card with the end. So we got the Tapu Lele, and we're not really gonna be able to do much for right now. So we're just gonna end. Alright, looks like we're going against a Garb deck. That's a good thing to keep in mind. Not to use any as little items as possible. What we can do is Lele for the Bridget, and then Floatstone into the... Oh, I guess not. So we're gonna Bridget for the Vulpix, Mudsbury, and I guess we can get... Maybe we could get 2 Mudsburys, because we won't need another Psyduck. Meloetta kind of isn't useful as of right now, so let's just get 2 Mudberries. We're gonna retreat into the Vulpix. We're gonna Choice Band, and we're gonna Beacon for a Golduck and a Mudsdale. Again, I wish I could play like a 1-1 Ninetales or a 1-1-1 Golduck break, but it's just like you can't risk things being in your prizes. So this looks like a pretty legit looking Garbodor deck. Yeah, I'm pretty sad too. I haven't gotten any energy. So yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I gotta try to knock that dude out, because I'm not a fan of him having 3 energy. So that's gonna do nothing. Good. Alright, so let's get the... No, actually... Let's evolve. Let's do this. Okay, so now we can get a Meloetta. And I'm not going to use any items. I know that's what he wants. Oh, crap. Okay, I'll just get the Meloetta and the Golduck break. So, actually, we didn't even need the Meloetta. I didn't discard that energy. Let's see. Okay, so if we can get the energy, we can knock out this Garbodor. And if we don't get end, which we haven't gotten end. So here comes... Oh, I thought a Drampa was coming. So this is going to be the Espeon version of this deck. So the good thing about this is that we're 1 prize attackers. Oh, he's going to hit for 70. We're 1 prize attackers, so even if he kills us, it'll be fine. That's so weird that I got a Floatstone on the Golduck. That is so weird to me, because I never end up doing that. Okay, so looks like we didn't luck out. Alright, so what we can do is we can potentially just attack with the Mudspray, which seems like a terrible idea, but we can get the Floatstone on him. And we don't have to risk using any items. And he will survive an attack from this Garbodor. From either Garbodor. Which is hilarious. And hopefully, if we don't get the item next turn, If we don't get the energy next turn, we're gonna have to Sycamore and discard 2 items. So that's pretty good. We did 60 damage with 2 heads. Doesn't usually happen, but I'll take it. I probably should have, in hindsight, used Lele to get a Sycamore, because he would only do 40 damage currently. And that's the thing with Garbodor, is that you can't play too conservatively, because then you're going to end up screwing yourself by not getting any energy out. But if we do get the energy out, we can... Okay, that doesn't matter. If we do get the energy... Oh, that does matter, actually, because now we can't play the Lele. But if we do get the energy out... Oh, never mind. I was going to say we could have used the Lele to get the Lysander. But since that's not going to happen, we're kind of stuck right now, actually. We can reverse Seeker for the N. But then we definitely won't have a Lysander. Alright, so actually the Espeon is kind of bad news. So it would be really cool if we could high horsepower it. Yeah, that's not good. So now the Mudspray is stuck. Oh, he should have. Why did he do that? Why did he take it off the Golduck? Okay. Alright, so we're gonna end, sadly. I don't know why he took it off the Golduck though. The float zone, because Golduck retreats for free anyway. Alright, so we do have another energy. However, we can't actually retreat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one on Mudsdale. I'm gonna transfer one. Well, I could put 2 on Mudspray, get the attack off. Next turn, Meloetta. Or, no, next turn I could also Mudspray. So now we got 1 item in the discard. Alright, so I'm actually going to move it to Meloetta. And if he wants to pull off some shenanigans, then he can go ahead and do that. Alright, we're going to leave the choice band alone for right now and just end. Actually, we should have 2 items in here. Oh, there's 2 float stones, okay. For a Seeker. For Shauna, wow. I can't believe he powered up that Trubbish turn 1 so fast. It was crazy. That's not good, man. I need a Lysander. That would be so awesome to get a Lysander. Or maybe he'll just do it for us. Oh, he's gonna divide. Oh no, he can't divide just yet. If we could somehow get 2 energy on Mudsdale and then do the high horsepower, that would be incredible. But I'm gonna put the Mudsdale up. At least let him have 1 awesome hit. Actually, with the Kukui, that's a knockout, isn't it? No, it's not. 150 plus 20. That's 170. But that does give me more options. Oh, man! That would have been 190. See, so... Oh, man. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna... This doesn't power down water, right? Or fighting. What we can do is nothing. Okay, we'll just leave that alone. We'll go with enhanced stamp for 170. We've already lost 2 Pokemon. He's about to just lose this one. So the bad thing is that he's got 2 Garbodors ready to go. The good thing is that he probably used up too much energy. He's going to have trouble getting it for the Espeon, especially if he's using Shauna. I actually just noticed he or she has only got 13 cards left in the deck. Is that going to be a Shauna or N? That helps me, so I don't have a problem with that. So 60 plus 90 is 150. So if he does get the energy, I get knocked out. But if he doesn't, that'll be great. How many items have I used? 2. So Garbodor is not going to be able to do much to the Mudsdale. Oh, of course. Really? Really? I mean, I guess you can knock him out, but no, you can't knock him out. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure what kind of decisions these guys are making, but thanks. Okay, so I don't need to use up my energy to get the knockout. So, I mean, I guess I could have put that on Meloetta. But it'd be better to put it on another Mud Spray. So as soon as this Mud Spray evolves, I'll put this energy on him. And the Choice Band. Oh, here comes the Espeon. Rescue Stretcher for the Garbodor? For 1 Garbodor? Oh no. What was the point of that? He could have just evolved the one on the bench. And he's gonna end. That's fine. I mean, it's only 5, but I mean, I guess I'm losing my Mudspray. But we could get something better. Alright, so a Psyduck and a Strong Energy. Unfortunately, that does half my damage. So, but fortunately for me, so I'm just gonna put this here for right now. Fortunately for me, and I'm gonna put the Psyduck down just as a buffer. Fortunately, I could just knock him out and not even bother without having to use the Strong Energy. Alright, so Psyduck. It was nice knowing you, my buddy. If we had the Choice Band, why are you doing that? I don't understand why you would waste your Field Blower like that. Unless you're gonna decide not to knock me out. That would be idiocy. Well, I guess that helps the Trashalanche, but still, that's not enough. He's gonna kill the Golduck. What an idiot. What are you doing, dude? No, he's not gonna use it. He's saving it for next turn. He wants to get the Meloetta. So it's either the Meloetta or the Golduck guy. Okay. So he's gonna kill the Golduck and the Mudsdale lives. That's fine. I got a Psyduck right on the bench. Don't even bother putting it on the Mudsdale. Put it on. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Don't let me power this Meloetta, buddy. You might regret it. If I could get this Meloetta up without having to do the accelerating spin, then I could do 100 damage. And what I have 1, 2, 3 items used. I don't really need to. I could use another Mudspray on deck. Yeah, I'm gonna get a Mudspray on deck. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take a risk. Meloetta's doing good right now, so, and she can survive an attack from Garbodor, so whatever. Whatever you want to do, dude. Be my guest. So we got another Mudsdale out. 2 of them were prized. Hopefully we get this one out. Hopefully we get another Mudsdale out. But I am only doing 60 damage. But the thing is, I could do 180 and knock myself out. Well, that's the price you gotta pay, I guess. And the good part about that is I don't have to use up my strong energy. And here comes Lysander. No, he has a Lysander in hand still. So, I mean, if he wants, he could Lysander the Meloetta. I don't have a problem with that. And here comes the N. He's going to end me down to 2. That's the second Mudbray to get end away. And this is a beautiful Sycamore, because I don't have to use up any items. So, actually, you can knock out the Mudsdale here, unfortunately. However, perhaps we can get up a Golduck. Hopefully, I don't get an Ultra Ball, and that's exactly what I got. So that's going to bring it up to 80. I'll just Sycamore. Maybe I should have played that Vulpix. Maybe I should have played that Vulpix. Okay. So I don't get to do the 100. I only get to do 80. He can only do 80 himself. So maybe I could get a maybe I could get a Golduck next turn. No, I would have to get him this turn and then a Golduck break. So, yeah. Alright, so far, I mean, we're doing okay. It's just, this looks like it's going to be a tough one, especially now that we have 2 items in hand and the Sycamore. Because he's already got all the Garbodors up. So there's no way we can survive using another item. We didn't put anything down. Oh, that did 100? Oh, weakness. Oh. Heartbroken for sure. Heartbroken for freaking sure, my dudes. Alright, so it looks like we have no choice but to use the Sycamore. And we would die anyway. So, I don't think we really... Well, let's use this anyway, right? Do we have a better option? Oh, I should have thought of that beforehand. No, but it still would have done 80, which is a knockout on the Psyduck. Alright, so we got Mudsdale. Oh, actually, we need to attack with Psyduck. Okay, so, yeah. Alright, we can shave for 3, for 2. Hopefully we confuse him and he knocks himself out with the Garbodor. That's pretty much all we can do right now. Rescue Stretcher would be nice for the Golduck, actually. But the Confuse Ray would be way better. Man. Okay. That's fine. I didn't think of that weakness on the Meloetta. Hey. Oh, that doesn't knock him out. Oh, man. Oh, so what we can do is we can actually Wally for the Golduck. We can Rescue Stretcher for the Golduck. Wally for the Golduck break, but then we're kind of stuck. That lets us retreat into Mudsdale. Alright, actually, let's do that. Because he's confused. So now he has to kill a Golduck break, which I think he can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is exactly enough to kill the Golduck break. But on the off chance that we do draw into some good energy, which it actually won't be enough, we'd have to end right now. We can actually kill with the Golduck, but we're gonna have to let him. We're gonna let him confuse himself. If we were down to 1 prize, then yeah, but he's down to 1 prize, so I have to let him be the one taking the chance. Gold side of confusion is amazing when it works, but most of the time it doesn't. Okay, so he's gonna try to retreat next turn. I really think I should Sycamore right now. Because I don't think I'll be able to build up a gold, the Mudsdale. But even still, I need to take out 2 prizes. I could Lysander in the Lele, I could Lysander in the Tauros. Actually, that sounds like a great idea. Get the Lysander out for the Tauros. Do a Mudsdale. We're just gonna scratch the Tauros. Yep. Oh, we have Choice Band. Nice. Okay, so this might actually be good. Let's see, can we get the Lele to do... Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, actually that might be good. Okay, 3 cards left in her deck. His deck, her deck. Okay, that's good. So if... Oh! Yes! Yes, that clutch Lysander. I was going to end next turn. Make her... Well, make her draw 1 card and then draw 1 card for turn. Okay, well, I'll take that win. And I'll take a ton of damage with for the mission. Okay. Next game. I think I need to level up Dark, so let's go to Dark. Next game. And we get our pack. 1 pack or 2? 1 pack. Oh yeah. Alright, let's open that pack at the end. Let's play 1 more game. And so, the version of the deck that I was going to show you guys until I decided to put the Golduck in, it was basically going to have all 3 Meloetta, Rayquaza, and Carbink. Because I don't have... Well, I just got a new Meloetta, but I don't have 2 Carbink breaks. I think Carbink break is probably the best option. Just because you can get the strong energy back. But this deck is a lot more interesting, at least. And I always like playing... The one good thing about playing Golduck is that it's either like Golduck or Starmie. People are always afraid of whichever one is the supporter. And it always works out in my favor somehow. Not always, but sometimes it does. Alright, so we're going to Ultra Ball for the Lele. And then get the Bridget. But before we do the Lele, let's make sure we have the Bridget in the deck. There's the Bridget. Okay, so let's go with the Lele. So we got 1 item. I'm still afraid of Garbodor. But I think that was good the way we handled it. We didn't play a lot of items till the end. And then at that point, he had wasted all his energy. Like, I don't know why he decided to bring up the Espeon. He should have just kept that thing in the back. That thing was too much of a liability. Alright, so we're going to get a Psyduck, a Vulpix, and we already got a Mudsdale. But let's get... Should we get 2 or Meloetta? Let's get 2 Mudsdale out. And we're probably going to leave that last space for the Meloetta. we're gonna have this. We have two already, and this is eventually gonna go into the discard. Okay, so he put up a stadium. I might just field blower it, because hopefully I can stop the shaman from retreating. Even though he does resist the fighting. Oh, well, never mind. He's going to sky return. Alright, so we're going to put the energy on the Mudsdale, the Mudspray. Alright, so that's kind of a useless Vulpix right there. The Bridget won't really help that much. So he's got a double colorless in hand. This Pokemon was healed. It's probably better not to attack. He does resist. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay, it's probably better not to attack. That's really annoying. Hopefully next turn we can do something. Get a Mudsdale out. But we're going to need an energy and a Mudsdale. Otherwise we're screwed. So hopefully we get a Sycamore. Hopefully we get a Draw Supporter. That's the one bad thing about the Bridget. Is that I can't, like, the Versus Seeker is pretty useless. Please end. Please. I'll take an end. He must have an awful hand if he's going to end. Thank you. He sees me with 2 cards in hand and he ends. Psh. I'll take it, my guy. I'll take it. Alright, so we can get the Mudsdale out. Or we can get the Golduck Break out. Golduck Break would be pretty useless on its own. So let's get the Mudsdale out. We're only going to be able to do 60 damage. Oh, great. But that should be enough to 2-shot him. So I don't really mind that. Let's get rid of the Vulpix and the Golduck. We don't need either one of those. And let's go with our pre-release Mudsdale. So if he gets a Fairy Energy out, we're looking at 100 plus 30 and then heal 30. So I'm dead next turn. So it would be nice to get a Meloetta out, so I'm gonna do that this turn. And then hopefully we could get an energy. Because we're gonna be able to recycle this Mudsdale with the Rescue Stretcher. Hopefully he doesn't get a Fairy Energy, but it's pretty likely that he will. I'm not holding my hopes out for that. So he probably just drew that. Shaman? I don't know. What does that do? Oh, that's great. I could still do 180 if I could get that down. He's gonna get a Shaman, I guess. And that's gonna get him an energy. On the off chance that he doesn't get an energy, we can do some damage next turn. But there it is, and we're knocked out. That 30 Shaman damage made the difference. So right now it's not looking that great. He's gonna heal another 30. So our best bet right now is either Vulpix or Meloetta. I'm gonna go with the Vulpix, I think. So we could at least get the Golduck Breakout. Okay, let's get the Mudspray back. Kind of sucks that we're wasting a Versus Seeker. And we already used one. But we need to do something right now. There's the Golduck, so we don't even have to do that. So we could just get another Mudspray out and another Mudsdale. Let's get this on Mudsdale. Then next turn we'll Meloetta. And I think that's it. I could also get a Shay. But yeah. We do have a Verse Seeker with the Sycamore. That should be our third Versus Seeker. Ugh. So we're only gonna have one more after that. So if we could somehow get this Meloetta, do a high horsepower, that's not gonna be enough for a knockout. That's crazy. So we also need a Kukui. Oh my god, with the N. Alright, maybe we could get our Kukui. We do have a draw of 6. Okay. Rip. Alright, so let's put the Golduck up. I probably should have put the Golduck up last turn, just to kind of give us an extra chance to decide on what we want to do. We could Wally for Mudsdale. I'm not sure if that would be that useful. Then we could Meloetta for the Mudspray. Thinking Sycamore right here, to be honest. But how would that help me? Since I'm getting energy from the discard. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to retreat. We're gonna have to accelerating. Oh well, we could put this down. Then accelerating spin into the other Meloetta. That's kind of funny, actually. So if you like Sanders the Meloetta, we could also hyper transfer to the other Meloetta and then repeat the process. But we're kind of really on the back foot right now. Unless we could get a strong energy for the one shot. So next turn we're digging for that. I should put the Float Stone on the Mudbray. No, I should put it on the Lele. Then we'll try to get a Choice Band out. Alright, let's put the Golduck up for the free retreat. So the good thing is that he's only taken 3 prizes. Let's put this on here. We don't need the Wally. Alright, so we got an energy. We got a Psyduck. We got a Scorched Earth. We don't necessarily need the energy. So we can Scorched Earth. And we can also get rid of crap. Alright, let's Scorched Earth right now. Hopefully, we're looking for that strong energy. We can play this. Oh, we don't need the strong energy because we got Kukui. Alright, so we're good. Oh no, we can't use the Kukui. Okay. Ultra Ball. The Psyduck and the Kukui. Strong energy, we have 1 in the deck. Alright, let's get the Mudsdale out. Let's attach the Choice Band over here. Let's Shaman. We're getting dangerous territory with 9 cards in the deck. Whiff! Oh god, that's terrible. We're so close. It's too bad that Kukui didn't work. Oh my god. So I'm thinking of just saving the Golduck. Saving the Mudspray for next turn. Let's retreat into the Meloetta. Hyper transfer. Let's distribute that amongst the 2 Mudsbrays. Do we have any We can accelerating spin and kind of be greedy, or we could not do that. No, yeah, actually, a Mudsdale would survive an attack, right? So let's do that. Let's do that into a Mudsdale. And then next turn, so we can do this because we have enough one prize attackers. So next turn we can Kukui. That's gonna be it for our Versus Seekers. We could get the, could do the high horsepower with the Choice Band Kukui. Okay, this could work. Does he resist? No, he doesn't resist. Okay, so let's do that. If I could somehow retreat this Mudsdale, I would. Let's move this off of Meloetta because Meloetta can't take an attack. And if anything, we'll move it back on with the Golduck. So one bad thing is that we're going to be drawing 2 cards, but that's fine. The Mudsdale survived by 10 HP like a champ, and he's going to take the knockout. Okay, so we got 2 cards, but we're going to be able to end. Oh, he's going to knock himself out. Oh, crap. Okay. All right, we're going to have to do that twice, guys. We're going to have to do that twice. Okay, actually, the Golduck can survive 1 hit. So can the Lele. I might do Lele, actually, because she can tank pretty well. Actually, I should have put up the Lele before. Because he wouldn't have been able to kill for the 2 prizes. I was thinking of only, you know, only take 1 prize worth of damage. What's this effect? This Pokemon has no tool effect. Okay. Is that a win? It's gonna, oh, Lysander for the Shaman. Oh, guys, if we could have done it a little faster, we could have gotten, if we had gotten the Strong Energy out, that would have been a KO on the first Altaria, and then we would have had an extra prize. But, I mean, we can't live in the lands of what ifs. What happened, happened, and our deck is not the better deck. But there you have it. There's a deck that you can use. Mudsdale, and I did go with the 4/4. Maybe there's something you can do with like a 2/2. I don't really necessarily know what all the supporters are in terms of fighting type Pokemon. I know that we do have like Zygarde, which is just a good Pokemon to have, just to have a backup attacker. I know we got the Regirock, but I kind of didn't really feel like building up the Regirock. But you can end up doing an insane amount of damage like that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this deck, or if you have any other ideas for Mudsdale. I haven't seen any other Mudsdale video. I searched, and all I saw was a pre-release one. So at least I'm putting out a Mudsdale video. I have seen people use Mudsdale. I've never been attacked with a Mudsdale, so there you have it. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at some point with another video. Peace. Hey guys, I completely forgot to do the pack opening, so let's do that. Packs. And I'm just gonna open the 1 locked pack. Not bad, we got an Aqua Patch and a Max Potion. And a Delmise. That's kind of lame. How many of those do I have? Well, I guess I don't have 4 yet. So, alright guys, that's it.